Welcome back to Adrian's Avenue, and I'm Adrian, where I talk about things to help you make better decisions for a better life. Now, I know a financial reset sounds a little intense, but just know that we're setting the stage for a year of financial success and abundance. You've probably heard a few things about the financial future in 2024, and some folks may have been talking about the financial reset. There are things from it may be a recession to it's going to be a bumpy ride, and we don't know what it's going to be. And so we only need to focus on the things that we can control, because there are certain things that are uncontrollable. And we learned this lesson from 2020, where the pandemic hit. No one saw it coming. It hit, and we had to change and do things differently because that came into play. And being here in Texas, I can tell you there are some things that happened here in Texas. 2020, just like the rest of the world, we had the pandemic. But 2021, 2022, and 2023 in Texas, we got hit with winter storms, which we're not used to. I've been here all my life, and I've never seen these storms like these winter storms. And because we were not prepared, and the word is prepared, we were not prepared. And so the electricity was rolling. We had one year we had rolling electricity, which meant it came on for a few hours and you got to heat your house up. Then it went off for a few hours. Then it came back on. It was rolling. And of course, when these winter storms hit in central Texas, we don't leave the house. We don't know how to drive on ice and sleet. And so we just stay put. We stay at home. So you did the best you could, but it was something that we've never seen before. 2022, we got hit with another winter storm, and this one was bad. We were locked into our houses for a few days there. 2023, we got hit with an ice storm. And just imagine laying in your bed and you hear this popping, cracking noise, which are trees hundreds of years old falling down, limbs falling down all around you. You have no idea what's happening until you actually go outside in the morning when it's light enough that you can see, and limbs were all over the place, all up and down the street. It was a dangerous situation, but we didn't know. So what did I do? The first time it happened, I got a little prepared. I didn't have enough flashlights in the house, and so I bought flashlights, I bought lanterns, I bought candles. The next year, I actually bought a generator so that I could keep small items lit, such as lights or a small heater lit in the house. And the next years, some of my neighbors actually went out, and there are two things that they could have done. They could have gotten a generator plug put in their house in the back of the house, where you can hook up a generator that you buy that's run by oil that will keep certain appliances in your house running until the winter storm is over. Or some of my neighbors got a huge generator to put on the side of their house, and this is like a $20,000 to $30,000 investment that they got, but they just were fed up. They were not going to go through this again. Good thing I'm their neighbor, because I've already warned them if it gets too cold, I'm coming over to their house in 2024. All that being said is just to let you know, preparation is the best thing when it comes to the unknowns of 2024. We don't know if these predictions are going to be true or not about the financial status of 2024. We may go into a recession. We may not go into the recession. Those things you cannot control. But what we want to focus on are the controllables. And three words come to mind when I think about the controllables. One thing is resilience. We want to be resilient from the things that are coming in the future, financial resilience. The second thing is strategic planning. We want to have some plans in place just so we have something to look forward to, a strategy that we can hang on to for 2024. And the last thing is adaptability. We all know at some point in time, when things that you can't control, you'll have to adapt to the environment, adapt to the new things that's coming into your life, adapt to the finances that's going on, but be adaptable, because we never know what may happen. And if we can do this throughout 2024, I think we will be just fine. While this financial reset may not cause you to reset all of your financial goals, there are the things that we want to think about. And when I think about a financial reset and surviving whatever may happen in 2024. When I think about resilience, the first thing that comes to mind is my emergency fund. I want to make sure I have enough money set aside, put back, where if something would happen that would be somewhat devastating to most people, it wouldn't affect me in a devastating manner. I would have those funds available for me, whether it's 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, or 12 months. You have to decide that for yourself. But to make it through the rough times, maybe the tough times, make it through a recession or whatever may come in 2024, an emergency fund will be your best friend and it will help you make it through. So just look at your emergency fund to see if 3 months is enough, see if 6 months is enough, 9 months, or even a whole year. And you can decide on that whether you're single, whether you have a house to support, whether you are the head of the household, whether you have children. All of this makes a difference. How secure is your job? These things will come to mind when we think of how much of an emergency fund we should have to protect ourselves to make it through whatever happens in 2024. My next thought on resilience is diversifying my income streams. I would say if you have only one income stream, you're close to having no income streams. If that one stream gets cut off, just think about it. If it gets cut off, there's no income coming in. So by diversifying your income streams, which means having more than just one, it may mean getting a side hustle. It may mean doing something else aside from just your normal job. Maybe if you do something and you're expert at it, you can hire yourself out as doing that for contract yourself out for other people to do that. A notary, I'm a notary. Notary is one of the best side hustles, income streams that you can have, because if next year the interest rates continue to fall like they have been so far, people will start refinancing their homes. And when they start doing that, my phone will start ringing. I will have work, another income stream coming in more than I have right now. But diversifying and getting a second income stream coming in will help you in various ways, and it won't put a strain on your budget, and it will help you just in case you lose that one major income stream you may have, along with your emergency fund to help you through if you have another income stream or two coming in that will help you, and that will make you more resilient when it comes to what's happening in 2024. And equally as important is debt management. This should be a priority in 2024 for sure, because if you have high debt, that's going to keep you up at night, not knowing how to pay for it. And if you lose an income stream, that is going to impact your debt payments that you're making on this debt. So if you can reduce the debt, you should pick out, and I will make this suggestion to you, pick out at least one debt that you want to pay off for 2024. It will lighten up your load, because we don't know what's going to happen. But if you can get the debt down low enough, this will take some of the worries away. You will have one less debt that you have to pay for. So if there's something that you want to do, as a matter of fact, I'd love for you to put your major goal that you want to crush it in 2024. Put it down in the comments. Let me know and share with the community what you're going to do to crush your major goal in 2024. Personally, I have some income goals that I want to meet, and I have some things that I want to pay off. So I'm going to be working on those in 2024, but I don't want to let whatever may happen in 2024 interrupt that. So I'm going to be prepared. We will be prepared in 2024. Hopefully this information about the financial reset will cause you to hit that like button and that subscribe button so that you can stay up to date on the latest information as it becomes available to you. And it's going to be good this year. So hit that button. These winter storms that we had in 2021, 22, and 23 made me do some strategic planning. I wanted to make sure I was somewhat prepared, maybe not 100% prepared, but somewhat prepared that this would not happen to me again. I would never be caught without candles or lanterns in the house. I would never be caught without some type of electrical resource to help keep some things going on in the house. And I learned some things about my house, some things that I didn't know before that I could use, and the things that ran on gas that I could still use while in the home. But this was something that I wanted to strategically plan out. But the first thing I had to do is assess where I was currently. I knew what I didn't have, because of what happened and I wanted to reach for it and it was not there. Batteries were important, just essential things that you don't think of just normally because the electricity normally flows. We don't really get outages until something like this happens. And one year, 2023, the outage was for 3 days. I didn't have electricity in my house for 3 days. I had to go to someone else's house to shower or to the gym to shower. So it was a little bit uncomfortable during that time. But there's some things that I know that I could have done to help myself be more comfortable during that time. And so strategic planning is about that. Financially, if you're caught or if you have been caught in a bad place, make sure you assess where you are right now. Where are you with your goals? Where are you with your budget? Where are you with your emergency fund? Where are you with your income? Where are you with your debt management? Where are you right now? And then you can move from where you are right now to where you want to be, just in case something happens. So we want to take a look at the strategic planning in assessing where we are right now. The next step in your strategic planning will actually be to plan scenarios. And what do I mean by this? What happens if you lose your job? What happens if for some reason we go into a recession? What happens if inflation just still flies just way up high? What happens if the interest rates start going back up? What happens if they come down? Have you considered any of this in your financial planning? Because if interest rates start falling, those monies that you've put into the high interest bearing accounts, they will not be giving you that interest like they are right now. If interest rates go up, yes, you would probably still gain that. If interest rates come down and if you have some things you want to refinance, you could do that. If you bought a house with higher interest rates, you can start refinancing that. But do some strategic planning as far as scenarios. What would happen if this happens? What's going to be my next step? Now, you cannot plan out every scenario. I'm aware of that. But just think of the maybe worst case scenarios and just back down from that. If this happens, like losing a job, that's a pretty bad scenario. Are you prepared with the emergency fund? What other side hustles do you have? That's something that's probably pretty simple to figure out. So if that scenario happens, you will be prepared. It won't take you off guard like those winter storms took us. I am more prepared right now, and I've already mapped out the scenarios. If 2024, which is highly likely we'll have another winter storm, what we're going to do during that winter storm. Cut back limbs from the house, going to be number one. We've already done that. And there's some other things that we've done. But plan out the scenarios just in case they may happen. And you will be prepared for those, at least for those scenarios. Now, this last area of adaptability will be in your favor. Because if you go back through history, the people that survive the best and with the least amount of bruises are the ones who were able to adapt to their environment. So if something were to happen, make sure you're able to adapt. What do I mean? Learn new skills, see what's trending out there, some things that you can do just in case the market shifts, just in case the job market shifts. Learn the new skills. Who's hiring? Who's not hiring? What do you need to know for that next job market? Or what type of skills do you need to know that you could actually contract out to other people? But become adaptable and get out of that space that you've been in for years and years, because it may not work in the financial environment when it comes to 2024. So being adaptable and being able to change when the environment changes, continue to fit into that environment, continue to contribute to that changing environment. That's something that we need to be able to do, be flexible and adaptable to what's going on around you, and you can fare much better in whatever's coming in 2024. And the last part of adapting would be to stay informed with what's going on. And you can do this by, of course, continuing to watch this channel. I'll keep you as well as informed as I can, and other channels on YouTube. Listen to some parts of the news. There are things out there that we need to know about. I don't listen to the news a lot because it's such bad news, but I stay abreast of the things that are important, especially in the financial arena, to see what's going on with the economy. You don't want to be caught off guard because you were not listening or were not paying attention. So what are some of those topics? You don't have to know about the housewives of whatever or whoever in order to be informed, but you do need to know what's going on financially and with the economy, with this world, so that you can be able to adapt and change as things come around. In 2023, AI hit us in a big way. Some people may not even still know about AI, but people are learning more and more about AI. And the thing is, if you don't know about some of these things that we have available to us, you're getting left behind. There are tracking devices out there now that you can track where people are, track where your luggage is, track where your keys are, and that type of thing. There are cameras that you can put in your house if you want to watch what your kids are doing and that. So there are things that we need to know that we may not know about because we may be living in somewhat of a cocoon, but we need to venture out and find these things out that may benefit us in our lives and benefit us in 2024. Staying informed will also include networking events, meeting new people, and just listening for opportunities that may be available to you. So you don't want to miss out on that either. Hopefully you took great notes, but if you didn't, feel free to go back through the video and jot down the notes that you need for yourself. We talked about a few things during this video. We talked about financial resilience, we talked about adaptability, and we talked about being strategic in your planning for 2024. We don't know what's going to happen, but this will set the tone for you to have a great and flourishing 2024 if we hold on to the things that we talked about in this video.